Welcome back to the show. We got an interesting one today, people. Today we're going to talk about Ethereum and kind of get update on where that's going. Remember, this isn't financial advice. Hit the like and subscribe and let us know how you feel. Crash, what's going on, man?
Hey, here's Eddie.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey. Like the way
Um,
you open the show.
yeah,
Do
you
we have a delay again?
probably. People,
I think so.
we are inching ever closer to new technology. We're not too many subs away, so get your friends involved. Crash is setting up a booth at the back of the church this weekend, he says, to get some people
Some
involved.
subs.
So once we get that, we got multiple tech updates we're gonna bring. Hopefully, we're gonna have a brief hiatus in August, and then hopefully when we come back, we might be able to have all that stuff in place. So that would be really nice
Yeah.
as we struggle at times, people. All right. So a couple of interesting news items first, Crash. I
hmm
thought you might want to embark on here. So mortgage demand drops 22%, or I'm sorry, drops to a 22-year low as higher interest rates and inflation crush home buyers. And I just think this is interesting because, so this stuff's off CNBC. Because, they raise rates just the weest little bit, man, and it's like, no one's doing mortgage rates. No one's doing mortgages. That's where we're at, people. As soon as
Yeah.
I mean, we're our backs up against the wall.
Question: if they raise the interest rates, how much does that affect the mortgage rates? So if it goes up, you know, a half a point, the mortgage rates go up 1 point or 2 points, or do they go up a half a point?
No, I mean, it should be a direct correlation, but the banks, because they're going for profit, they raise them a little bit more. So I know
Uh-huh.
now it's about, I think it's around 5.5, 5 3/8 for a 30 year, and it
hmm
was in the twos for a while.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I think it bottomed in the twos, and they've raised it probably. What have they raised it? Like, have they even reached two? I think it's 1.25. They've raised rates to get
Yeah, I think
us.
they did. I think they did a 50 and then 275s, didn't they?
No, 175. This next one at the end of the month is supposed to be another 75. So, but they've only done a 50 and a
Uh,
75 so far,
okay. All right.
which brings the Fed funds rate, I'm pretty sure, to about 1.25, 1.5, because they were almost to
hmm
zero. So,
Right.
and every time they do this cycle, they can raise it just less and less and less. And that's where we're at now. So, boom, as soon as they do it, mortgages drop off a cliff. And now I'm hearing housing prices are going down. So, it's just interesting where we're at,
hmm
people. It's the debt cycle. So, and then this sucker, man, is fascinating. Senate advances more than 50 billion bill to boost US semiconductor production. So, and I'm sure they did this in the wee hours of the morning like they do all their shenanigans.
Yeah.
But so it says the
The,
Senate.
I can't fathom that regular capital can't be used to do that. I mean, if you're building expanding the semiconductor business in the United States, I would imagine there's tons of people who would invest in that.
Right, right. Well, the
Well, yeah,
the dirty
yeah.
little secret is, though, in a debt-based system, you have to find, at least this is a peaceful way to expand the debt. I mean, they have to do it. They have to always, because this isn't paid for. There's no money for this. It's all debt,
Mm-mm.
just like
Mm-hmm.
everything. So, and it's to compete with China and stuff, and I get that. But then, can we do it at home then? Do we have to manufacture in China? Is that what it's going to be? You
I
know?
don't know. It sounds like a new not instead of a trade war or a cold war, it's a debt war.
It is, yeah. It's a currency war, man, which is debt. I mean, all
Yeah,
that's what I love about crypto, man. It's actual. There's no debt behind it. The actual
yeah,
crypto, there is no debt. I mean, there's going to be
yeah.
debt cryptos. There's going to be basically all your debt's going to be moved on to cryptos, but that's different. I mean, the real cryptos, it's not a debt instrument, just like a piece of
Mhm.
gold isn't. You know.
Right.
So.
Mhm.
Anyways, this hacks me off, but it's interesting, and I just thought you guys would be just thought we'd bring it to your attention. So, all right, let's get to
Yeah.
Ethereum Crash.
Alrighty. The
So
merge.
the merge, quick market update, right? So what's Ethereum doing?
Yeah.
1593,
Oh.
just under 1600. Ooh,
Uh-huh.
Bitcoin's over 24. No wonder you're in such a good mood today.
Really? What were you on? You back on Coin Market Cap, huh? Live Coin Watch has Bitcoin at 23,866.
Yeah, I'm back to it. Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to
They
get
got
on.
Ethereum. I got Ethereum at 1578.
Yeah, 1578. Let's see here. You're right, man. What am I doing? 2381. Okay. 1578. Everything's a little bit reduced. Yeah. Um.
Who knows?
Very interesting. I have a friend of
No.
a quick side story, Crash. A friend of a
All right.
friend of a. You've been hearing all this stuff about Coinbase, right?
Yeah.
Struggling, all this stuff. A
You
friend of
got a
a
you,
friend
you
of a
got a
friend.
you got an insider?
Yeah, a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend was moving some tokens off Coinbase last night. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
it was like 1,300 or so stellar. Okay. So he puts in to move
Mm-hmm.
it off into a wallet, off Coinbase Exchange into a wallet. All sorts of tech problems. Like it wasn't taken. It wasn't taken like his the code that you get, like the secondary code that you get from there.
The address? Well, the
No, it
address
was
or the
taking the address. Everything was smooth, but it wasn't taking the code. And then it sent another code, and then 2 hours later, it still had not gone through. It finally went through, but 2 hours later, it didn't go through. And then he gets up in the morning, and finally, it's gone through. And this is
yeah.
stellar, so moves instantly, pretty much.
Yeah, that should be super fast.
It's weird, man. It's like they didn't have it.
Yeah.
They had to go get it. Because that's what it is on the exchanges, man. You really don't own it. It's just like the bank. Your money's there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not.
Right.
So, interesting stuff.
It is, man. I tell you, we're really getting a good grip on the whole monetary system, both old and new here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So, we're going to talk about Ethereum today. What's going on with them, Crash? Basically, they have a major upgrade coming, which has been delayed and delayed and delayed like
Yeah.
literally years, right?
Yeah, yeah, and it's called the merge. Everybody in the industry calls it the merge, where they're merging the old Ethereum proof of work system. They're going to merge it with the new proof of stake, which they have a canary network called the Beacon chain that they've been working the proof of stake on, and once everything's in place, they'll just transfer it over to that platform.
Yeah, and they've basically, my understanding is they have a test net. They've moved a lot of this over to the test net, and they're testing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then once everything's done, they merge it, and they're proof of stake. So I don't think fees are gonna go to like Flare and XRP type levels, but they're gonna be. I think they're gonna be cheaper.
Yeah.
So it's I don't have any experience with it right now, but I wonder what fees if they've gone up a little bit because of because the market's kind of heating up a
Yeah.
little bit.
I don't know. I never really look at that. I don't use Ethereum as little. Well, I use it as little as possible because
Right.
of the fees.
Right.
Um, but like I heard Polygon, like Matic and Polygon, like Polygon, everything that Ethereum's trying to achieve in ETH2 um, is already functioning on Polygon.
Right.
You
Which
know,
is a layer two that basically is
uh-huh,
it is the solution for Ethereum, really, right?
uh-huh,
As far
yeah,
as fees go, and here's a Polygon chart. So Polygon is Matic, Matic is Polygon. If there's any confusion about that, it used to be called Matic, and then
right,
they decided to change it to Polygon or whatever. But
yeah.
you got any of that, Crash?
Uh,
I man, you have to comb through your 5,000 cryptos that you own. Probably you don't even know if you have it.
yeah, I think I do have some Matic.
I
Yeah, I
did.
do.
I did have it, and I had it at a good price, man, and I got rid of it. I made a little bit of money, but
Yeah, I have. Here's a price. Let me should double my. Oh, is this? Yeah. No,
I
this is. I'm not on
personally,
my portfolio.
I personally have gone to kind of a layer one only strategy. I do have some layer twos, but focus mostly on layer ones. You know,
I thought Matic was a layer one.
no, it's a layer two. It's built on Ethereum.
Uh,
Yeah, it's a layer two on Ethereum, and it's their solution for payments. Really, from what I mean, it seems like it's going to be the best. I mean, so far, I think it is the best for that. But
yeah, yeah,
okay, so market's kind of holding steady. All right, so back to Ethereum.
yeah. So why are they doing this change or the upgrade is to address scaling, sharding.
Right.
Can you explain what sharding is to the?
Oh my gosh, I'm not getting into sharding, man. First of all, I don't.
Okay,
It's
I
basically
don't
a
know.
scaling solution. It's basically where you have things that hang off of the blockchain that help you scale, but man, that would be
That's high tech.
that's deep, man. I mean, do we want to go that deep?
No, no,
We're on the
no. But then the
Ethereum
other
website
reason why
right now.
they're yeah, yeah, the other reason why they're doing this is that it'll reduce the energy cost to operate the system by 99.95%.
Right. Yeah, right. Because you're off a proof of work. So they're off a proof of work,
Mm-hmm.
and that really gets them with the NWO. That gets them off the hook because they're clearly going after proof of work, you know.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I, I'm a, like you, I'm a utility maximalist. So if it's used, that's what I look for.
Right.
But I hope Bitcoin stays true to what it is. I mean, I think you need that, and there's energy
Mm-hmm.
solutions. That whole thing is a big farce. There's energy solutions to make it. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. People are realizing that there's a lot more renewable energy used in the Bitcoin mining than they ever suspected,
yeah. There's
and it's
so
growing
much. Yep.
every month.
And
Every
talk
month.
about a subsidized, manipulated market. I mean, energy blows away 50 billion for chips. It's trillions. It's trillions
Mm-hmm.
for energy market, and it's completely manipulated and subsidized.
Mm-hmm.
So we're on the Ethereum website. The merge is approaching, and it comes with changes to Ethereum. Let's read about this just a little bit. The merge. Soon, the current Ethereum mainnet will merge with the Beacon Chain proof of stake system. Okay, that's what Crash is talking about. This will mark the end of proof of work for Ethereum and the full transition to proof of stake. This sets the stage for future scaling upgrades, including sharding. The merge will reduce Ethereum's energy consumption by 99.95%. Man, Crash, there's that sharding word, man. What are we supposed to ignore that for the audience? Okay, let's do this, Crash. Drop a comment that you want us to talk about sharding, and we'll talk about sharding. We'll teach you all about sharding. But hit the like and subscribe and ask about sharding, and we'll do it.
I don't think anybody wants to hear that. That's why we're not going over it. It's code.
It's true. That's true. So my thing is, I've been thinking about Ethereum, Crash, and I think Ethereum, because Bitcoin, all technology gets, passed up. It gets what's the word I'm looking for? It gets outdated.
It's endless. It's endlessly innovating.
Yes. So technology always gets that. So Bitcoin will be surpassed by another currency. Period. The market cap, the price of the coin, everything. This is my personal theory. It will. Just like the 8-track was passed by the cassette deck, and the cassette deck by the CD, and the CD by the MP3. It's going to be passed up. And my thing is, clearly, the front runner to do that first is Ethereum. It's got the staying power. It's got the use. Clearly,
the utility is huge.
Yeah, the utility. It's got everything you need to. And once that happens with Bitcoin, my thing is, Bitcoin turns into what it is, gold. And it's going to have a high market cap, and it's going to have some prevalence in the market, but we're going to go to a utility economy versus just speculation in crypto.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think Ethereum and a few other ones are going to be higher value than Bitcoin at some point. I don't know when it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think Bitcoin is going to be a lot more than just gold, with the Lightning Network and things like that, and innovation on the Bitcoin blockchain and some of the forks off of it. I don't know.
So you don't think it will ever get passed up in market cap? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I don't know. I'm not saying yes or no. I don't. I'm not. I can't speculate that.
Sure, you can. We're speculating.
I can't speculate that. I'm saying that
Bitcoin, I won't do it.
I don't think Bitcoin is going to get surpassed anytime in the next 50 years.
Dude, I hate to break it to you. You're one of the biggest risk takers that I know, and you won't speculate on that. That's where you draw the line.
I just did.
Oh, what did you say? I missed that.
I said, I believe Bitcoin will be the prominent, dominant currency for the next 50 years.
What does prominent and dominant mean? Highest market cap then?
Yes.
You're nuts, dude. This is where we part ways.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I mean, geez, you got a lot of people in your boat.
Because I think Bitcoin is the single most valuable stabilizing cryptocurrency that can be made.
Bitcoin was a marketing program for crypto, dude. Anyways, this goes down a number of rabbit holes that we probably shouldn't go down today.
So, all right, back to Ethereum.
Okay. So, do we have any kind of timing on the merge?
It's supposed to be third or fourth quarter, I think.
All right.
Which is soon.
Yeah, I think it is supposed to be, and it might get delayed or it could be quicker. So, I mean, the market's feeling this though, and I think this merge is going to drive the market for a while. I mean, Ethereum, it got down there, man. A lot of people were stacking in the 900s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but let's queue up this video for a second because we got a video we're going to show you guys to get a little more info on this. So hang on a second.
We had numerous factors coming together to create a shitstorm the likes of which the crypto market hadn't seen before. Firstly, the global macroeconomic picture took a dramatic turn for the worse. The Fed started to jack up those interest rates, and down came the valuations of nearly all risk assets. Of course, crypto is one of the riskiest assets in that risk bucket and was hence highly exposed to this extraction of liquidity. But it's the crypto-specific factors which appear to have really impacted all cryptocurrencies, including ETH. First, the Terra implosion reverberated across the crypto space. That's because those who were burned by the collapse had to sell off their good assets to make up for the losses they had incurred on Terra and UST. In the immediate aftermath, things appeared to somewhat stabilize. But any reprieve was short-lived, as the broader impact of this disaster only started to play out a few weeks after the event. Now, perhaps one of the most relevant to ETH was the depegging of Lido Finance's staked ETH, ST-ETH, which had many stakers concerned. I'll add, though, that this wasn't technically a depegging, and I explain that in more detail in this clips video, which I'll leave in the description. Even though ST-ETH was not really comparable to UST, the emerging disparity between ETH and ST-ETH was enough to spook the market. Some of the largest institutional investors in ST-ETH, including the likes of Alameda Research, Three Arrows Capital, and Celsius, sold their holdings. Of course, we know exactly what happened to those latter two. A massive liquidity crunch in the crypto space led to people selling good assets like ETH and BTC in order to meet their margin obligations. Leverage played a massive factor, as it always does, and some people were forced to part with their crypto, i.e., they were liquidated. On top of all this, the macro picture continued to deteriorate as inflation kept climbing. This left the Fed with no choice but to increase the size of the rate rises.
All right, people, we're back. Couple technical difficulties, but we got them under control. Here we go.
Ah yes, the merge. Such stuff as memes are made on. The continual delays to Ethereum's move to proof of stake have left many disillusioned and frustrated. However, despite the gloomy market sentiment and the disparagement, Ethereum devs are still beavering away at an even more frenetic pace. And they are getting close. At the time of my last Ethereum update, I talked about the numerous ETH testnets that had successfully completed the merge. These included the likes of Kintsugi last year and Kiln in March. Then, in early June, one of the oldest and most established testnets, Ropsten, also successfully completed the merge. It was almost bug-free, and I'll leave this Twitter thread, which gives a complete breakdown of what went down with the Ropsten merge, below. It was an exciting event for the Ethereum community and gave a renewed sense of optimism that we could see a merge by August. However, cold water was thrown on those hopes a few weeks later when the Ethereum developers took the decision to delay the difficulty bomb. Now, for those unfamiliar, the difficulty bomb is a hard-coded mechanism in Ethereum's protocol that's set to explode after a certain number of blocks are mined. When that happens, it swiftly increases the difficulty on the Ethereum network. Eventually, as this difficulty increases, the bomb makes it impossible to mine any more ETH. Now, the main purpose of this bomb is to force Ethereum miners to switch away from the proof-of-work chain and move over to the proof-of-stake chain. I'll leave additional info about the bomb in the description for you. Anywho, The reason why the ETH devs decided to delay the bomb is because they didn't want it going off before they were confident of the merge successfully completing. So, with the Grey Glacier update, the devs pushed the bomb back to this block number over here. That is expected to be mined in September. However, pushing the bomb back to that date was seen by the crypto community as a sign that they could not expect to see the merge in August after all. This dampened enthusiasm at a time when the whole market wanted something to look forward to. As a result of this news and the broader market mayhem, ETH's price fell considerably in June. If you wanted a proxy for how likely the market viewed the merge, you can always take a look at the ratio of STETH to ETH. As you know, STETH is tokenized staked ETH and can be seen as a right to unstaked ETH coins once Ethereum is a proof-of-stake network. As the market digested the news of a delay to the difficulty bomb, the price of STETH fell considerably more than that of regular ETH. As I mentioned a bit earlier, there were other factors at play in the STETH market, but it's a decent benchmark nonetheless. Another place that you can look for market estimates of the merge date is on the Polymarket Decentralized Prediction Market. They have markets on when the ETH merge could actually happen, including before September, before October, November, etc., etc. It's pretty cool. Anyways, as much as I wanted to see a merge in August, I understand where the devs are coming from. There are still 2 more testnets, Gurley and Sepolia, that have to complete the merge before it's executed on the mainnet. I also think that the reaction to the difficulty bomb delay was a bit overblown. That's because, according to Tim Bako, a senior ETH researcher, he was pretty confident that the merge would happen before the end of the year, short of, quote, multiple unforeseen bugs. Okay, so all this begs the very important question, when merge? Well, last week we got our best indication of that yet. That's because the ETH devs tentatively put a date in the calendar for the mainnet merge. That date is the 19th of September, and while it isn't final, it is the first time that the devs have ever felt comfortable putting an actual date on the event. This news sparked renewed optimism in the Ethereum community, and ETH's price reacted accordingly. In the days that followed, it rallied by over 30%. You can also see how the market digested the news with the STETH to ETH ratio. Over the past few days, it appears to have been closing the gap, i.e., traders are more bullish on the upcoming merge. It's not...
All right, Crash, what do you think, man? Are people falling asleep?
Well, that's pretty interesting that, after they had to delay due to the bomb, that the market went down so much, and then as soon as they announced the date, it came back.
Yeah, it's coming, though. It sounds like it's coming. And this guy does a great... We're going to link this video down below so you guys can listen to the whole thing if you want. He does a great job of explaining stuff. Coin Bureau, I think it is. So give him a like and subscribe or shout out or whatever. And...
classic.
So, Crash, I brought this up because you had some interesting thoughts on Ethereum Classic. So what are you thinking, man? What are you hearing? I know you got your ear to the ground on this, so what's up with it?
Well, Ethereum Classic has been running flawlessly, unlike Solana and some other chains. It's going to remain proof of work, and if there's any hiccups in ETH2, there could be developers shifting to ETH Classic.
Wait, though, they did have, ETH Classic has had at least one 50% hack.
Oh, hack, yeah. 51, yeah, the 51%, what do they call that?
Takeover or whatever, hack.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, it's flawless, but... Come on, man! Far from flawless. Oh, man. Now we're going down
I
the
don't know.
cosmos path
I just
again.
think, yeah, no, I just think that, who knows what can happen with Ethereum Classic if they maintain, and I'm sure they're going to maintain their proof of work. A lot of the miners might go over there.
That was your point that kind of intrigued me, is that these miners, and of course they try and put it off a little bit. Yeah, let's delay it another month because they making money hand over fist.
Right.
So of course, I mean, that's one thing about this proof of stake. It's right for the chain and everything to go forward into scale and all that good stuff. But the miners, it's basically their gravy train is done. So I think there's a case to be made. Yeah, let's get some DApps on Ethereum Classic and blow that up. I mean, that's
maybe some of these miners are going to put a foundation together to start doing grants for apps on Ethereum Classic.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to keep our eye on that, man. That's kind of an interesting trend concept.
I mean, there's so many opportunities in so many different directions that all of this can go. All of these chains, all of these projects. It's really still everything's up in the air.
It's true. It is true. There is, and there's so much money sloshing around. It's why the cryptos keep coming. I mean, I think a lot of them are going to end up being garbage and obsolete and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you look at all the debt out there. That's what it comes down here. It's literally quadrillions, people. Put the zeros down on paper for a quadrillion. It's an unbelievable, it's an unfathomable amount of money. You can't even get your head around it. And we for the first time we talked about what was it? It was Quintillion. It's Quintillion. Let's go out another 3 zeros. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely.
So, are you saying that all this debt that's out there is eventually going to be put into the crypto market?
Yeah, I think all debt moves to the blockchain. Different blockchains. It's not just going to be one, but it's going to be the big ones that are reliable. And I think Ethereum will have its place in the banking system. I think Bitcoin will. I think XRP is going to have a huge chunk of it. Stellar, the ones we talk about, we look at. But the bottom line is, you look at all these markets, derivatives, the bond market, it's literally quadrillions. Ripple just did a deal with a company where they're going to be on the ledger, and they literally move 14 trillion a day. 14 trillion a day.
Wow.
And guess what, guys? That's not going to be done on a 37-cent token. It's not going to be. So this is a very beginning, people. We'll link this down below. I think that's it for Ethereum, unless you got more stuff you want to talk about, Crash.
No, nothing's jumping out at me.
Well, Crash has got some interesting info on Corium, so we're going to do a video on that coming up pretty soon. But we'll get to you guys again ASAP. We got a lot of stuff going on. This is not our full-time job, so we'll get to it as soon as we can and keep you guys informed and, I'm sure, entertained. We guarantee the entertainment end of it, for sure. So, have a great day. Do the right thing, people. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, over and out. Enjoy your day and live in the present.
Crash, that one wasn't that bad, man. I feel good about it, outside of a couple technical difficulties that I'm not editing out.
Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know. I don't even know what to say.
That's good stuff, man. Well, we need to get to our goal of subs, man. I can't even put the number out there, even though I think we're turned off now, if I'm not mistaken. But so,
Are we off or no?
yeah, we're off. We're good. What's on your heart, dude?
Oh. Just, what's your target for 100 subs? Is that what you're talking about?
Dude, we have so many more than 100. Really? I think I'd lose track. I think it might be 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000. I don't know.
I always forget about the K behind it.
Yes, exactly. The K. We'll get there, dude.
I think I'm going to do some visualization exercises, and every time I look at the subscribers, I'm going to put a K behind it.
Dude, visualization works. Would you do that for the channel? That would help. I'm sure
Yeah, I
that
can do that.
it's not going to
I
hurt.
can do it.
Cool.
No,